Hello, good evening. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And this time we'll be talking about something that will make us aware of who we are as a Christian. So, this was preached by our pastor in Dulos for Christ Nabotas last Sunday, so before the year ends. And this has been a three series, but I'll make it in just one video for you. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of this. You listen well and may you have your notebook or Bible to you para masuportahan natin lahat ng mga masasabi ko dito. Okay, so the title of our topic for today is about not just Christian. Okay, so it's not a common thing that will ring our ear na uh, attractive pakinggan kasi parang bakit not just Christian? Because a lot of people declaring that they are Christian but it's a lack of practice. Alam mo yun? Parang sinasabi mo Pinoy ka but uh, the mere fact that you are a Filipino citizen, dapat ang nakikita sa iyo is yung culture ng Filipino. But because of many cultures that arises in our country, such as Korean culture and any other Asian cultures, we tend to adopt it like hindi na natin nakikita yung authenticity ng pagiging Pinoy natin. Okay, so now, it's simply just telling from the title itself, not just Christians, that hindi lang title yung pagiging Kristiyano, but it's more on showing your personality as a Christian. Kasi masyado ng na may misuse yung word na Christian because a lot of people tell them, ay, ano religion mo? Christian daw. Ganyan. So, maybe it's a wrong connotation or wrong exercise of many Christians na they call it themselves as that. But they cannot prove it or wala silang matibay na proof that they are really one, 'di ba? So, let me uh let me read this verse to you from New Testament, John 1:12. But all who believe him and accepted him, you gave the right to become children of God. Everyone has the right. So, lahat may karapatan to become a children of God. Lahat. Parang ano lang yan, in the Philippines, we all have the right to be educated. Diba? Education for all. Lahat merong pagkakataon mag-aral. But it is for you if you will avail the education offered by the government. Kasi marami pa rin mga tao na kahit libre na nga education, they are not grabbing it. Kasi sinasabi nila, wala namang pambaon or what, or meron pa rin mga miscellaneous. But it is like being a child of God. Hindi naman kasi pag sinabing child ka ng God, it means that you already have everything. Parang ibibigay na lang sa'yo kung ano yung kailangan mo. You need to work out on it. Manghihingi ka syempre sa mga magulang mo or yung mga magulang mo, hindi naman talaga ibibigay lahat ng mga bagay na hinihiling mo. One thing or one reason why is that hindi mo kailangan or maybe hindi available dun sa resources ng mga magulang mo. You know what? What is good about God is not giving us what we want. Hindi niya binibigay kung ano lang yung gusto natin. God is giving us what we need. Ayun yun. That is the greatest attitude of the Lord na hindi niya ibibigay yung isang bagay kung alam niyang ikapapahamak. So, hindi naman lahat ng masasayang bagay ay tamang bagay para sa'yo. Okay? So, kasi we used to a life that is chill, that is relaxed, yung parang wala kang pinoproblema. Ayun kasi yung sa tingin mong blessed na buhay. You know what is a blessed life? Ang blessed na buhay is yung kahit nasa challenges ka, kahit nasa struggles ka, you keep on trusting the Lord. Ayun yun. Sabi nga sa Bible, yung sa story ni Job, good things lang ba ang i-expect natin from the Lord? Hindi ba tayo mag expect ng mga challenges? Diba? Just imagine, Jesus has been here in the earth not to not to relax, not to go to parties, not to celebrate every birthday that he has. Pero he came here representing God to die. 'Di ba? Parang wow, nabuhay para mamatay. Is it easy? Yung parang nasa mid ka pa lang kasi 30 plus lang si Jesus nung namatay siya. Nasa mid ka pa lang nung buhay mo, parang hindi ka pa nag-enjoy. Then God will take your life. And that has modeled by Jesus. Parang pinakita niya na yun na, okay, mga anak, hindi magiging madali yung buhay niyo here on earth. There's a lot of situations that you cannot explain, but one thing is for sure. I have a great plans for you. Jeremiah 29:11. Diba? So, there are characteristics of an ambassador of Christ. Kasi as a Christian, you need to be an ambassador. Ano ba yung ambassador? Ito yung, you are the representative of Christ here on earth. You are making sure that your image is like Jesus, reaching out to people na alam mong nangangailangan ng tulong. Okay? So, one characteristic that we need to have is a problem solver. Okay? One question that we need to answer, nakakapagbigay ka ba ng solusyon sa problema ng ibang tao? Yes, we could be a problem solver of our own problems, but it is good that you are making solution to those problems na nanggagaling sa ibang tao. Hindi po ba pakikialam ng buhay ng iba yan? Of course, you will not intervene in any situations that a people na hindi naman nagtatanong ng tulong mo. So, ayun yung dapat nating basagin when we are trying to help other people. We make sure that they are asking. Diba? Kasi sobrang hirap turuan ng mga tao na tulungan kung hindi naman sila humihingi nito. You know, one of the hatest attitude ng Lord is yung pride. Kasi dyan nahulog si Lucifer na naging si Satan. Dahil sa pride niya, yung yabang niya na gusto niya, siya yung maging Lord, na maging same siya kung ano yung posisyon ng God. So, some people are like that, na they're trying to solve their own problem. Kaya na-frustrate sila, kaya sila mabilis na anxious, nababalisa kasi they are not taking any strategy or method na magawa to solve their own problem. And you know what? There's really a thing na hindi natin masasagot on our own. You cannot create your own life to drive it. Hindi kasi ikaw yung rason kung bakit nandito ka. Diba? Ako, I always teach that the best person to consult para magawa ang isang bagay is yung gumawa nito. And if you are believing that God has created you, you will only run to Him, asking Him na, Lord, bakit ganito yung nangyayari? Bakit parang nasisira ako? Bakit parang pagod ako? Parang wala naman nangyayari. You know, it is okay to ask God like that. Hindi siya magagalit na tinatanong mo siya noon. Gusto niya yon, 'di ba? Kasi some of the people, ano eh, tapang-tapangan. Yung parang durog na sa loob, pero they are not praying to the Lord na um, they need help, 'di ba? So, you really need to call dun sa creator mo. Unless you are not believing that you are from God. Ayun yung problema. 'Di ba? So, you need to practice praying. You know what? Praying for anything that you need is good for your heart. Kasi nasasabi mo yon. Kung hindi ka man sanay na sabihin sa ibang tao kung ano yung problem mo, sanayin mo yung sarili mo that you are praying to the Lord. What are the things that you are experiencing? Yes, nakikita ng Lord kung ano yung nangyayari sa buhay mo. Pero hindi siya makikialam sa buhay mo unless pinayagan mo siya. Ganun yun. Hindi siya diktador. Hindi ka niya ginagawang robot to control whatever you have. Kasi may free will ka if you want to follow or not. If you want uh, to submit it to Him or surrender to Him or not. Nasa iyo yun eh. So, ang ang pinakapunto nito is that if you know that your life source is God, hindi ka na maghahanap ng iba pang solusyon sa problema. Hindi ka nahahanap kung saan-saan ang sagot sa tanong. Kasi you know that God has prepared something. You know, I am watching a preaching from Priscilla Shirer. Ayan. Isa siya sa mga bida na napanood kong movie na War Room. And one thing na sinabi niya, kapag hindi mo daw nararamdaman na ang Lord ay parang gumagalaw sa buhay mo or parang you feel nothing kahit nagpe-pray ka. Just imagine that God has written your story nung una pa lang. You must be patient. Kasi sa waiting time na yan, sa paghihintay mo na yan, may develop ang Lord. Una, ayun nga, you are becoming patient. Alam mo ba, uh, maraming virtues ang nabubuksan, maraming magandang attitude kapag marunong kang maghintay. Nagiging humble ka, nagiging kind ka. Why? Kasi, ibig sabihin, hindi mo pinapangunahan ang Lord sa mga desisyon niya. So, what do you need to do while you are waiting? Parang sa fast food chain, kahit gutom ka na, pero syempre, maraming umu-order, hindi naman pwedeng nandun ka sa kitchen, ikaw na magluluto ng pagkain mo. 'Di ba? You need to trust the process. Kaya nga pumunta ka doon kasi gusto mo yung kakainin doon at alam mo na masarap yung pagkain doon, you need to wait. Hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon darating yung gusto mo sa oras na gusto mo. 'Di ba? So, it's a matter of waiting. So, the one thing that we need to do while we are waiting is to trust. Kapag pagod ka ng maghintay, matuto kang magtiwala. That is one thing that I have learned in ministering to people. Kapag nawawala na yung pagmamahal ko, parang ubos na yung pagmamahal ni Ace sa mga tao, parang naubusan na ang pasensya. Now, I am putting all my trust to the Lord. Lord, hindi ko na kontrolado tong bagay na to. So, I want these things na sa'yo na. Sa'yo na to, Lord. Kasi there's a lot of things that we cannot control. Okay? There's a lot of questions that we cannot answer. If you try to do it on your own, ako, kita-kit sa Mandaluyong, baka nandun ka na, as a mental hospital ka na. Di ba? So, try to do what you can do and make sure that you are doing is the right thing to do. Even hindi magustuhan ng maraming tao, but the main thing here is that you are not pleasing people. You are pleasing God first. Ayun yun eh. Ayun yung nakakalimutan kasi ng maraming tao when they are trying to solve their problems. They are trying to impress people. But they tend to forget. Ay, kailangan pala ang ang pag-solve ko ng problem is based on the Word of God, not on how people will react on my response. So that's it. Second characteristic of an ambassador of Christ is you are a confident person. Ako, I've been hosting a lot of events and I am facing CEOs of company. Sometimes, hindi naman sa bububuhat ng bangko, pero I admire myself. Like, ay nako, ako graduate lang ako sa Navotas College and itong mga to sa mga university. But they are like focusing on me, listening on what I am saying, and I run the program. Diba? Parang saan nang gagaling yung confidence na yon? So, hindi naman in just one snap, si Ace ganun na kaagad na nag-host na, kaya nang humarap sa maraming tao. No. It comes with the preparation. You prepare yourself kung anong sasabihin mo, kung paano tatakbo yung program, or ano yung mga considerations na dapat mong gawin. So, as a Christian, you need also to be a confident person. The question is, mayroon ka bang tiwala sa Diyos para sa iyong kinabukasan at bakit? Do you trust your future for the Lord? What I mean is, naniniwala ka ba na God has a great future for you? O sa sarili mo palang mindset, talo ka na? Kasi it all comes from here. What you think is what you speak, and what you speak will become your life. If you keep telling to yourself that you are a loser, na hindi kasi ko matalino, na hindi kasi ko magaling, katulad ng mga kapatid ko, na hindi kasi ko ganito. Now, you are telling that God cannot perform miracles in your life. That's easy as that. Minamaliit mo yung gumawa sa'yo. A confident faith comes from a confident trust on God. Ulitin ko yon. Ang may kumpiyansang pananampalataya ay ang may kumpiyansang pagtitiwala sa Diyos. Even you don't feel it, even you don't see it at this very moment of your life, just see to it that you trust the Lord. Ayan, dyan pa rin pumapasok that nagiging impatient ka kasi. Parang ilang taong ka na ba? Di ba? Parang nasa bingit ka na ba ng kamatayan at gusto mo nang gawin lahat at mangyari lahat ng bagay sa buhay mo. Mas maganda yung mga bagay na pinaghihirapan. Kasi pag pinaghihirapan, ibig sabihin, mas mag-iingat ka on how to handle it. Parang di ba, parang pag nagtrabaho ka tapos may hawak kang pera, syempre, you want to save it properly. Pero yung kapag nanalo ka lang sa sugal or what, di ba, parang instant, kaya mo lang siyang ubusin in just 1 minute. So what I'm telling here is that when you are in times na nag-aalala ka sa future mo, why don't you think of the things na meron ka sa present mo? Because what are you doing in your present will become the result of your future. So, kapag hindi ka pa nakakaranas ng mga uh, things na dinidream mo or dream ng Lord sa'yo, ibig sabihin may tinuturo pa siya sa'yo. At kailangan maging sensitive ka doon. Hindi ka lang, ay si Lord na bahala sa akin. No? Hindi ganun yun. Hindi siya magpapalaagaw ng blessing sa'yo instantly. Kailangan nagiging aware ka. Kailangan una nga humihingi ka eh. Kasi alam mo yung kulang sa'yo. Pangalawa, pinagtatrabahuhan mo yun. Kasi God will not give anything to you unless you can be trusted on that. Hindi ka bibigyan ng Lord ng mga bagay na alam niyang makakasira sa'yo, na kapag meron ka na, baka makalimutan mo na siya. And you need to be responsible in everything that you have. In this present things and situation, what do you have? Tingnan mo yun. Baka mamaya kasi may gift of connection ka pala. Na mas marami ka palang madadala na tao sa Lord. Meron ka palang gift of advice. Na kapag yung may mga taong humihingi sa iyo ng mga tulong, motivationally, you can give it, then use it. Kung meron ka namang any resources, may talino ka, may talent ka, you have things to spare with people, then do it. Huwag kang mag-focus masyado sa mga bagay na wala ka. Lagi kang magpasalamat sa mga bagay na meron ka dahil hindi lahat ng tao meron yung bagay na hawak mo. Hindi naman kasalanan that you aim for something bigger because that is God wanting us. Nung mangarap tayo ng malaki kasi meron tayong malaking God. But be realistic. What I mean is that alamin mo if that is helpful for you. And that if that dream of yours will give glory to the Lord. Hindi sa'yo. Okay? Let me read one of the verses here on the lesson. It says here in the 1 Samuel 17:40. Then he took his staff in his hand, and he chose for himself 5 smooth stones from the brook, and put them in a shepherd's bag, in a pouch which he had, and his sling was in his hand, and he drew near to the Philistine. So there are things that we afraid to lose. Marami kang bagay, lalo mga bata ngayon, maraming bagay na kinakatakutang mawala. They are afraid to lose their parents. They are afraid to lose their fame, their influence, their pleasures, yung mga nakasanayan na nilang mga bagay. Why? Kasi nga, their priority is not pleasing the Lord. Their priority is pleasing themselves. So, that's how you define your confidence. Doon sa mga bagay na takot kang mawala. And you know what? You will not afraid to lose something if you prioritize God. Kasi God cannot take away Himself from you. Nakikita mo yung logic. For example, ang family yung first ko, second lang si Lord. O ngayon, kapag nawala yung family ko, gigibahan na ba buhay ko? Pwede. Kasi sila yung naging top priority ko. But if God is the first on my priority, at tingin mo si Lord, kukunin ba niya yung sarili niya from me? Di ba hindi? So, that's the easiest way to explain our priority. If we put God first, then everything na secondary sa mga priority natin, siya na bahala. And again, it is the trust that matters. It is the faith that matters. Isa sa mga bagay na dapat nating inaalis sa sarili natin when we are facing problems is to not to worry for a long time. Okay lang yun na, kunyari, may dumating na challenge. Okay lang na, like, you are worried for, like, an hour, o sige na, kahit isang araw na. Pero yung you are worried for a long time, ay hindi yata maganda yun. Kasi it is not your problem to worry for your problem. It is God's work. Right? Trabaho niya yun. Na ayusin ko ano man yung problem mo. The only thing that you need to do is to trust Him, to pray to Him, and to obey whatever He tells you. So, paano ka naman makakarinig ng command from Him? Simple. You read His Word. Ewan ko ba kung bakit a lot of people tells that they love God, but they are refused to hear the Word of God. Diba? Parang ang ironic na I want to make my life aligned with God, but ayoko magbasa ng Bible. Basic kasi yun eh. Parang sa pag-aaral, if you do not know how to read, diba? Paano ka matututo? Not all the time, there are leaders that will guide you. Sige, sabihin na natin, you are attending a cell group or Bible study and you are attending a Sunday service regularly, 52 weeks a year. But, how's your rest of the year? How's the 5 days of your week? Sino nagtuturo sa'yo? That's how you need to identify. Kasi yung mga bagay na nane-neglect natin o yung ini-ignore natin, ayan yung mga bagay na pwedeng pagmulan ng mga bagay na hindi dapat natin ginagawa. And we call that as a sin. So, how do we face our problems? Romans 8:28, and we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to the purpose of them. If you believe that God can protect you from any harm, that would be an opportunity for the Lord to prove His promises to you. Diba? Then, yung mga favor, if you look into your life, makikita mo kasi yan eh, if God is really putting favor on your life, you will experience things that is not being experienced by people who are unbelievers. So, kailangan marunong kang mag-assess kung God is in favor of me or baka nangyayari lang tong mga bagay na to kasi it's because of my decision. One thing that I learned from my leader is that meron tayong tinatawag na two kinds of pain. Yung unnecessary and necessary pains. Unnecessary pains are caused by your decision. Gumawa ka ng mali, so makakaranas ka ng sakit, diba? Ng pain. Necessary pains, God allows that for you to experience that. One thing is that He calls your attention. Baka kasi masyado ka ng malayo. So, ang tupa pinipilayan ng kanyang pastol kapag masyado na siyang lumalayo at hindi na siya sumusunod doon sa grupo ng mga pastol, ng mga tupa. So, aakayin na lang siya. At kapag nakakaranas tayo ng pain, don't think that God is punishing us. God is disciplining us. Iba yung pagpaparusa at iba yung pagdidisiplina. That's how you take it. Kasi kung hindi ka sanay na kinokorek ka, baka meron kang yabang or pride sa sarili mo na, hindi, okay naman ako. Sino nagsabing okay ka? Okay. Anong pamantayan mo na okay ka? Hindi mo nga nasusunod yung will ng Lord para sa'yo. Kaya ka nga nasasaktan kaya ka nga nahirapan because you do something that is not really intended the Lord for you. Hindi intention ng Lord para sa iyo. So, merong unnecessary pains. But, dun nga sa nabasa ko sa book, that pain are really a teacher sa atin for us to become stronger. You will never get stronger when you don't face a lot of pain. Parang pag nagwo-workout ka, hindi ka makaka-achieve ng magandang katawan kung hindi ka nahihirapan. Kung hindi ka nagwo-workout. So, that is the thing that you need to observe. Number 3, appointed and anointed by God. In the Bible, it tells us that every one of us is chosen to become an ambassador of God. And that invitation is for everyone. So it depends upon you if you will accept it or not. Now, it says here on 1 Samuel 16:7, 11 to 13. But the Lord said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So to make it short, kasi may mga anak si Jesse na pinuntahan ni Samuel. And pinakita niya ni Jesse yung mga anak niya except from David kasi si David ay nangangaso. Nagano, ito na ba lahat ng mga anak mo? Sabi niya, hindi. May bunso pa ako at yun ay si David. And Samuel looked for David. This is one of the manifestation that God is not really looking at your outside appearance, but God looks at your heart if you are ready to be on the battle. And as we know that David defeated Goliath, and he has been a great king of his generation. It's something that we need to meditate, no? Na kasi baka mamaya yung tingin mo sa sarili mo, you are not qualified because of your past experiences. Ang unang nagde-disqualify kasi ng calling mo sa Lord is yung sarili mo na hindi, na ako settled na ako sa ganito na lang, na nakikinig na lang ako, wala na akong pakialam sa family ko kung makarinig sila sa word of God or not, wala na akong pakialam sa mga kaibigan ko. You know what? Faith must be shared. Kasi there's a lot of people that are really hopeless, harassed, and they are lost totally. And That what makes us Christian. Yung magkaroon ka ng compassion towards the people that you know that needs the help of God. Kasi ang pagtulong naman, it's not just about money. Hindi naman lagi yung tungkol sa pera na maabot mo or mga bagay na kaya mo ibigay sa tao. The best thing that you can give to someone is yung faith. Magkaroon sila ng faith sa taong o sa Diyos na nagbibigay ng lahat. If that is the thing that you can give to someone and you are giving the best gift ever. You really need to be one of the anointed and appointed one. And once you accept that, ako ako na magsasabi sa iyo, blessings will come upon to your life. Hindi mo matatalo ang Lord sa bigayan. If you are being used by the Lord sa maraming bagay, mapalawak yung ministry niya, na maraming makakilala because of your life, then do it. I believe that every one of us has a story to tell. And you have a story to tell. You just need to open your heart, mind, and spirit to the Lord that, Lord, I surrender everything. And let you be the driver of my life. And you will receive peace when you do that. Surrendering is connotated by parang pagsuko, talunan ka, no? If you surrender your life to the Lord, that is the best decision that you could ever make to your life. Because it is telling that you cannot control everything. But God is in control of your life. And that is being an ambassador or a representative of Christ here on earth. There's a process, but we need to look forward on what God makes happy. At sana, ang prayer ko is that your heart will become like the heart of God na whenever you are doing something for the Lord, masaya ka. Hindi ka burden na, ay, nakakapagod kasi yung ganyan na mag-i-invite ka, na mag-share ka, na magbasa ka. No. It is really transforming life. Nasa process naman lahat yan eh. You just need to go back to your original design. And madali yan if you surrender all. Nung totally wala kang nare-reserve. And you tell it to the one who created you that, okay, tapos na ako in controlling my life, then let your will be done now. No matter what your ages, lahat ng mga nakikinig, kahit ilang taon ka pa, kahit alam mong matanda ka na, doesn't matter. Every day of your life can be a testimony to everyone. Love, Jesus, is the center of the things na kailangan natin ginagawa on earth. And I hope that you learned something. So, there's a lot of, every Sunday or weekly, I'll be uploading a video that has related to the preaching of our pastor. So, this is my new one na without audience. So, I hope that you support me along the way as we support the kingdom of the Lord. Spread natin to. I may not be that influencer right at this moment, but I know it's not about the person who is talking. It is the subject that I'm talking about, and that is God. I hope that you will have a blessed 2021, and may you keep safe and keep rejoicing every blessings that you are receiving from the Lord, even though it is challenges. You need to be thankful about that. Okay. So thank you for watching this, and I hope you have a great and blessed